Season 7 has been leaked. It's the Rise of the Darkness season. Hanzo is getting the mythic skin. We are getting a new map for the controlled game mode. That's King of the Hill for people that don't know. And it seems that the collaboration skin is going to be Lilith Moira. Now you might be saying, Abby, where's the image? Where's your source? It's not on the screen and things like that. Well, the reason I don't have it on the screen is because if this is legit and Blizzard sees it, even it's in the thumbnail, but I tried to minimize it. Blizzard might take the video down, and I'm kind of scared about that, right? So I'm just gonna leave a link in the comment sections down below or in the description box. Just click on either of those, and you should find a link that leads you to the image, probably on Twitter or some other website, right? Now that you have the image in front of you, let's talk about what we can take away from this, because there's a lot of juicy content that's coming in Season 7. First of all, it seems like we're getting a new game mode against the Lilith Moira boss battle. So this is a Diablo 4 collaboration. That's actually insane. It's a, in Blizzard universe collaboration. We've had something like this before with when we had Blizzard World, but ever since then we've never had it, and everybody really liked that. So it's really cool to see something like this. The only thing I dislike about this is it seems like Moira is the only one getting this treatment for the collaboration skin. Maybe there's more, so we will wait and see, because behind her in the image on the right side, just by her shoulder, we can see Sombra, the Junkenstein bride, and then on the bottom left we can see Junkenstein, Junkrat himself, the Halloween boss, right? Halloween event boss, excuse me. So what we can take away from this is most likely she is going to be a surprise boss, or we'll get her new, or we'll get a new game mode where she will be the boss for that game mode, right? Now then we move on to the new map that's coming to the game. It's a control map. It is Tupua. Now I'm not going to lie, if you were looking at the image right now, you're looking at the way it's shaped and made and all that type of jazz, you know exactly what's coming. This is Tupua is also a Samoan word, I believe. I did a quick Google search before this, and it does kind of fall in somewhere in there. I believe the word Tupu, if I'm not mistaken. And that kind of gives away the fact that our next hero, without a doubt, is going to be the Talon Assault Heavy. It is Maoga. He is coming. There's no denying it now. There's no going back now. Maoga is Season 8's tank, and it's time to get excited for him a little bit later. But for now, let's get excited for the fact that we're getting a new map in Control. I actually thought we could use a new Control map, so I'm really excited for this. Surprised that we're not getting a new Flashpoint map, but honestly, Flashpoint as a game mode is so, like, as a map as well, is so big that it takes some time to memorize the maps and things like that. So maybe having a Flashpoint map every now and then is not a bad idea. But I would like that game mode to pop up more so people can play. It really feels like it pops up very little. So yeah. Now, what are we talking about when it comes to the battle pass? This is what everybody's like, excited about, the juice, the battle pass. Well, we're starting off with Onryo Hanzo. That basically, if I'm not mistaken, Onryo is a demon spirit, right? Demon spirit demon, something like that. So Hanzo is a spirit demon, and that kind of follows his brother, who was a cyber demon. So that's very, very exciting things, right? And now all three of the Shimada family members, yeah, I count Kiriko as a Shimada too, like all of them have mythic skins, which is really, really cool, right? You can run around, all three of you, wearing the mythic skins and things like that. Along with this, as you can see, because the clear giveaway for these two characters is, number one, we have the Ghost Bride Widowmaker and Victorian Doll Echo. So it seems like it is a Halloween season. The battle pass, the skins, and everything are going to be Halloween themed. And we know that when Overwatch does the Halloween aesthetics, that is some of the best skins that they ever produce, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, start stacking up on your wallets, because they come in. They come in for us in Season 7. Hopefully there's some good free rewards in Season 7 as well. I am going to be honest. I really do hope that we do see some nice free rewards in Season 7 as well. As far as the skins go at the moment, Hanzo looks insane. Like, Hanzo looks absolutely amazing. Looks delicious, if I might add. Very handsome man. Over there, Widowmaker looks absolutely stunning from the perspective that she is going to just stun you in fear with how terrifying she looks as this Ghost Bride, like Widowmaker jump scare, perhaps. And then we have Victorian Doll Echo. So I'm assuming the idea, because she had a doll skin before too, I wonder if this is an extension of that concept and idea. If anybody knows anything about Victorian dolls and any links to the horror theme or thriller themes and things like that, let me know in the comment section down below. Echo looks absolutely gorgeous. This is the first time Echo actually has like hair on her. Like before, it's just kind of been like a mold of her helmet, but now we actually see Echo with some hair on her. Might I add, she looks absolutely beautiful. For an Omnic, she looks really, really nice, right? Looking forward to seeing the new skins that we don't know about. So far, they've just promoted 3 of these skins. So Ghost Pride Widow, Onryu Hanzo, and Victorian Doll Echo. And then it says available in the Battle Pass. Now, what I am a little bit scared about, usually Battle Passes have about 8 to 7 skins, right? So let's do a little bit of the math here, right? These 3 skins for sure are Halloween, Ghost, and, you know, the spooky theme. They're spooky theme, right? Does this mean that the rest of the Battle Pass stuff is not going to be that? And because Blizzard produces some really good stuff, is it going to be in the shop? That is what I'm really worried about. I really, really hope we don't do that, because if there seriously should be something that they learned by now, that people don't like it when you take half and half and you divide it all over the place. Now, if you have an entire battle pass that is like of ghost and spooky cosmetics, and then the shop has a variety of ghost spooky cosmetics as well as some other theme, that is completely fine, right? But you have to remain consistent so your season has a good identity. For example, the anniversary one, the battle pass that we're currently on and everything, this one is weird because it's kind of like an archives battle pass, right? However, only I seriously mean this, there's only like 2 Omnic skins in this battle pass, which is Ana in Symmetra. I think there's one more, I'm not entirely sure, but that's not enough, right? Given the fact that Kiriko and Cassidy are in a bundle. And why were they not in the battle pass? If the gimmick this season was everybody got like these null sector / Omnic skins, why did we have to separate them into bundles and things like that? So I really, really hope that we don't do that, and instead we put them in the battle pass. And I would just like to see that, because Blizzard was doing that for season 5 and season 4, if I'm not mistaken, for the Star Wars event, and then the RPG fantasy stuff. Like they were consistent, and then they kind of pulled back last season. And now, given the fact that in the text and as well as the images that we're seeing, there's not a talk about, like, you know, the rest of the ghost skins and things like that, I'm a little bit worried. I'm not going to lie. Now, I might be thinking too much into it. You might be like, Abby, you're thinking too much into it. Maybe they just don't want to promote those other ghost skins. And you know what? You might be 100% right. You are 100% right. There might be some more stuff coming, right? So what else is coming with Season 7? Again, I covered it before, but just to recap, since you're on this video anyway, with Season 7, we are getting the Sombra and the Roadhog reworks. I believe Sombra is going to be the first one, and then later in the season, Roadhog will get his rework, right? So they're getting the rework. If you're interested in learning about that, the video before this one is the one where I talk about it in detail. So head on over to my channel and have a quick look at that. Now, with that being said, I usually say, you know, I end the video, but I have something more to say for the balance. With that being said, we also know that Zarya, Orisa, Bastion, and Torbjorn, they're getting nerfed, reverted back to their original states because they are just broken, right? And the game was in a really good spot when these characters weren't like overly viable and just niche picks, and we need to go back to that, and we need to see the state of the game. Now, in my personal opinion, if Overwatch does that and they go back like to that state of the game, which I thought was really good, and if they can have a quick look at some invulnerability abilities in the game, and maybe just have a re-look at some of the high healing in this game, and just tone it down a little bit, Overwatch 2 can actually be in a really good spot, right? I do think one of the outliers at the moment in the support role is Kiriko. I do think Lifeweaver can be annoying. The tree is 100% overpowered, but he's such an easy kill that I'm not even that mad about him anymore. The few things that I do want to see, because I want the tank role to feel better. Tank just feels really horrible to play, right? I want to see Anti-Nade get a suitable nerf where instead of shutting down healing, it reduces the healing by 90% or something like that. So you still have that, like, you know, pressure on you that, oh, I'm barely going to get healed, I'm going to die. But in some situations, it's not going to be that bad. And then for Kiriko's case, remove invulnerability from Suzu so it doesn't feel like a tank has their push negated right away the second that they start going in. Because then, like, again, tanks are the ones that suffer from this the most, because for them it just feels like they have to go through a checklist of abilities that are gone, and then they can play the game. but it doesn't matter because they just rotate again those really powerful cooldowns. Immortality Field and Life Weavers' pull, these are some other problems, but they're not in a state right now where they're crazy. But when you do kind of stack all these abilities together in a game, it's just not nice, right? We need to draw the line somewhere, and unfortunately, this is what I'm going to end off on, right? Tank is fine as a role. DPS is fine as a role. And if anything, the only two viable DPS this season that were like for sure viable, Bastion and Torbjorn, right? And Bastion has a 55% unmirrored win rate. That's crazy, right? We know that they're all getting nerfed. All the heroes that were somewhat meta defining getting nerfed. This leaves the support role completely isolated because before those characters got buffed, the game was actually really balanced. It was fair, it was balanced. If you were good at the game, you could make things work. Whether you were on DPS or tank, but support's impact in Overwatch 2 right now is insane, right? If your support decides you get to play the game, you do. If they decide you don't get to play the game, you don't. So hopefully Blizzard looks into the support situation, and Season 7 can be an upward trend for Overwatch, because at the moment, Overwatch is slowly becoming the laughing stock of the gaming community again. And I don't want that. And I'm sure you don't either if you love and you want to support this game. We might disagree on some things, but at the end of the day, we want what's better for this game. Now, with that being said, I will see you in the next video, most likely covering is 5v5 or 6v6 the answer for Overwatch 2's problems.